Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it. Great. You know what to do with that key.
You're my savior.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Flying Nimbus!
That's a new power key. Place it now. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Is anyone out there?
Great.
Thank you
You know what
very
to do
much.
with that key.
Someone save me! Someone save me!
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
You be careful too, okay? Flying Nimbus!
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Stay calm.
Startup system
Stay
under
calm.
attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I'll send some supplies to help. Stop being unused. I owe you one. Flying Nimbus!
How you doing? Fortune.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there. The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, you can call it again. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there. The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, you can call it again. I've
Oh
sent
my
the
lord,
escape...
Myrno turned against all of the gods including the Grand Priest after assuming that Myrno had originally been erased, only to later find out that Myrno had split his essence into several clones, rebuilding himself within the voids of time.
Game's
until
called
he
Dragon Ball
later
The Breakers.
returned to further go on and initiate war against the multiverse. He was nearly successful, but was later destroyed by both the Grand Minister and the Omni Kings, erased without a trace of him left behind in the process. His power, however, was far above and beyond anything that we could have imagined for it to be, dwarfing mortals, destroyers, and even angels, until meeting his end by the hands of his father after transforming and revealing some kind of an Omni fighting form that managed to tear into the rogue angel before he was erased, Toro continues. Myrno's battle with the Grand Priest is what created shockwaves throughout every realm, which as a result had shattered the very seal that was placed over the demon realm in setting us free as a result of Myrno's war with the multiverse itself, my lord. Interesting, Raijin responds. So, the evil that I had seen within his heart had finally overtaken him after all. And this power of his that you speak of, Toro, you say that only the Grand Priest was able to surpass it after transforming? I see. I knew that Angel was going to turn against his own kind sooner or later, but I did not expect for it to have ended the way that it did, Raijin continues. In my prime, I was able to give this former angel a worthy challenge, but this ultimate new power that you speak of appears to have been very different than the one that I remember fighting against. And you also speak of the Omni King as though you imply that there is more than one, which was why I was able to feel two life forces instead of one many years ago, I see. So it was Myrno's battle with his father that led to our freedom, especially if this power of his was that great to have shaken the very core of the multiverse itself. Maybe a power of that magnitude could prove to be rather useful to me, Raijin continues. So, tell me then, with these super Dragon Balls that you've used, can the angel be wished back to life and enslaved to only serve me by using their power, Raijin questions? If he was thought to have been erased before, can he be restored once again, or was his ultimate destruction irreversible? With Toro responding, unfortunately, his destruction is indeed irreversible, for we had attempted to wish for Myrno to be resurrected, but the dragon said that Myrno's destruction was beyond his power to grant, for it is forbidden. Myrno was erased in such a way where his very vessel along with his soul can never be restored under any condition. All traces of Myrno have been eradicated beyond anyone's ability to restore, Toro continues. continues, he was beaten and chained, held by the Grand Priest and the Omni Kings, before nullifying his very existence to its core and making sure that he can never return. Irreversible, you say, Raijin responds. What interesting developments. Then if Murno cannot be revived and be enslaved under my control, then there must be something that can be done about that power of his that he displayed. So tell me then, what exactly is the current status of these deities, Raijin questions? Explain to me on why there are 12 universes instead of 18. Have the other 6 universes been completely destroyed, with Toro responding, "They have, Lord Raijin. As time went on following your imprisonment, the Omni King appeared to have been in a very bad mood and thus went on to erase all 6 universes in total, limiting the multiverse down to only 12 now. And as for the deities, well, we went and used the Super Dragon Balls to seal away the Grand Priest and the Omni Guards within the prison realm, since the Omni Kings couldn't have been wished to be destroyed, so we had the dragon put them both to sleep while locking them both away. And as for your staff, Lord Raijin, this was what we had used in order to look into finding out and seeing what had taken place while you've been away." Good, Raijin responds. Then there is much that needs to be done, especially now that I am awake, as I am limited by what I can do in my current state, but this too will soon also change. My objective of merging the multiverse with the demon realm and thus making everything as one will not be interrupted for a second time like it was again. Why destroy something when I can make it mine to rule over with an iron fist, Raijin questions. But in order for the demon realm to reign supreme over all life, I must go beyond what I once was in my prime, as I was once so feared and so powerful that they had to send Murno down here to try and stop me, Raijin continues. But with Murno gone and the others imprisoned, there is nothing and no one who will stand in my way ever again. I can also sense the life energy of many powerful mortal warriors spread throughout the multiverse as well, for they too are to be dealt with, which
Fight! Ah! I'm sure this will make Lord Frieza very happy. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
I'm scared.
Best thing to do is find 2 keys
Thank you so
before
much.
he gets to level 2.
Is anyone out there?
Flying Nimbus!
Welcome, thank you.
Civilians got the buzz out over there.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Getting gas.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Holy hell. You're done!
Oh, looky
a muscle.
Screw you! That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
Great! You know what to do with that key. That's a new power key. Place it now.
He's around here somewhere. Right around here. Try to find that C key.
Stay calm. Stay calm. The startup system for the super time machine is ready. Head there now.
Flying Nimbus!
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
How does this guy go?
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
I'm only level 1, so I'm not gonna waste my time.
Flying Nimbus!
doing the time machine. Well, level 3.
You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shinron at the altar.
Flying Nimbus!
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Understood.
You're helpless.
Flying Nimbus!
Ah, oh, he gave up. Among Us.
Which is why I will place my trust in the Old Guard to see this mission through until they are all destroyed. Furthermore, once I'm restored and go beyond my prime, Raijin continues, I will begin the process of merging the multiverse with the demon realm, and such a feat will require a very supreme power for me to wield in order to make that happen. So let it be known that from this moment forward, the demon realm will rise through the ashes and becoming the pinnacle dimension of existence as the multiverse bends their knee to our will. Our race will purge the cosmos of any and all life who dares to stand in our way. So let this henceforth be known as a declaration of war against the entire multiverse by purging the useless eaters and lazy gods from their resting places. But in order for that to happen, however, Raijin went on to then continue, there are a few things that I must go out of my way and get done before our final plan is complete. One of them being, since the angel Myrno has been utterly annihilated without the possibility of wishing for him to be revived and enslaved, then all that remains is that power that you spoke of. As this is where the four of you come in, for I want you all to go and use the Dragon Balls and wish for Myrno's essence and what had driven Myrno into becoming who he was into me. This, along with his full power to be transferred directly into me so that our power can become one. The knowledge that he had along with this power you had spoken of will be merged within me to create the ultimate weapon of destruction. As the Dark Master Toro went on to quickly chime in, but my lord, this would be the first time that an angel's essence and power would be mixed with the blood and spirit of a demon god. For such an act has never in the history of our kind was ever shown to be attempted. As I'm also afraid that if something were to go wrong, then it could result in some kind of a negative chain reaction that may end up destroying you, my lord. And so I would highly advise that maybe you would, and I would highly advise, Raijin went on to quickly interrupt, that you watch your tone and remember whom it is that you're speaking with here, Toro. Do not mistake my age for weakness, demon, for I may be old, but I am still far stronger than all of you. You are to remember your place and remember who it is that you serve, Raijin continues. My wishes are not to be put into question, nor are they to be denied, demon. You are meant to serve me. Do you understand? With Toro having to respond, yes, I understand, Master Raijin. I do not wish to oppose your requests. Then let this be the first and last time that I address you, Raijin went on to warn Toro, for this will be your one and only warning. Don't you ever question my intentions and challenge my position ever again. For if you do, then I will tear your body wide open and eat your heart out while I keep you alive long enough to watch it all happen before you die. You are to know where you are and where you stand. So last time, demon. Now go and use those Super Dragon Balls and grant me the wish that I demand for right this moment. And do the rest of you understand? As the entire demon realm went on to then respond, we understand, Dark Lord, for we are in accordance to your every wish and every action, great demon god Raijin. As Raijin went on to then let Toro go by then continuing, I thought so, and I will not have the same mercy on you again, Toro. So consider yourself lucky to still be alive, and so now go. My order still stands for the four of you. As Toro went on to then catch his breath by then responding, yes, my lord, for we will need but a few hours within the time chamber before the Dragon Balls can be used again, and so once they recharge is when we will go and do as you wish, my lord, as your wishes will be ours to help see come true. And so now come then, Dark Lords. We must go and carry out Master Raijin's order at once. There is no time to be wasted while we have it. General Raiga, continue to strengthen the demon army and increase their numbers while we're away. To which, as the Dark Masters were then shown leaving, it only had now looked as though everything was seemingly going according to Raijin's plan, as Raijin then went on to say to himself, excellent. I knew that you would fall sooner or later upon battling you, Angel, but it's a shame that you had never listened to me, for you would have been a great ally to us if you did, but nevertheless...
Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it. An ally needs your help.
Please save
Don't
me.
know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
You have my thanks.
Play as Oli? No, I play as Vegeta. I was asking you.
I'm gonna wipe out every last one of you.
Hey, great! You found another
Flying
power
Nimbus!
key. Use it quick.
He's almost level 3. It's not good.
Thank you very much.
Flying Nimbus! Damn you! Damn you!
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Oh. Nappa back. Look.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Well now, you got some moves, I'll give you that. Thanks.
I need for him to move from here. I can get this key. I don't know if he left yet.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick. Great! You know what to do with that key.
How dare you mock the mighty Vegeta!
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done. This is
How to
bad.
find
Somebody's
somebody.
down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
This fucking piece of shit, bro.
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it?
A decent plan. Hope it works out for you. If that's your limit, then you're more disappointing than I thought.
No, I'm just gonna put the Dragon Balls in. Let these guys out. Gotta wait for supplies.
You really know how to piss me off!
The startup system's under attack.
You're done!
Tread carefully if you want to.
Yes, you!
Don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Stay calm. Stay calm. You'll be dead soon. So allow me to show you the true power of a Saiyan elite.
The startup system's
on, guys.
destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
I'm trying to fight.
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
Damn it!
The escape
I wanna
time
fight.
machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon,
Ah!
you can call it again.
We have one level 3.
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
These guys.
Flying Nimbus!
The escape time machine is back. Whenever you have a beacon, you can call it again. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
Bro, we could have fought. Guys wanted to leave.
If that's your limit, then you're more disappointing than I thought.
Ready Vegeta's 100. How am I supposed to do that, brother? I don't
I've
have to
sent
do
the
that,
escape
brother.
time machine. Use it to get out of there.
You could have won, bro. These guys just waited for a different change. They want to play. I'm not streaming long today.
Now that you are gone, that dark angelic power which you've used to wage war against the multiverse, along with the vast knowledge that you've collected, will soon
priority
be
five, so we should get it in
mine.
that soon.
And once I have this, then my next objective is to find and collect those configuration cubes. To which, upon the moment of arrival, with Goku noticing that Dende and Mr. Popo were shown cleaning the lookout, was when Goku then went on to add, alright, now let's just go and see if we can get some answers here and find out if the Dragon Balls can be put to use for us, just in case we absolutely need them if all else fails, with Gohan responding, Dad, I hate to ask, but don't tell me that you and Vegeta were the ones who were responsible for the way the lookout looks right now, are you? Because, well, Mr. Popo and Dende don't appear to look very happy here, with Goku responding, nah, it'll be fine, and besides, we could always just go and use the Dragon Balls to fix whatever damages are on the lookout anyways, but hey there, you guys! I'm finally back and was able to find my way out, well, sort of, with the help of a demon that I honestly don't think would have turned out to be someone that would even break me out, but, well, now that I'm out of the demon realm, we can, but then, it was only just before Goku could even go as far as to finish his sentence was when Dende went on to cut in, oh, stop it, Goku, I was able to sense your presence once I felt you re-enter back onto Earth, but just listen, how many times must we go and tell you to please try and not trash the lookout, Goku? Do you even know how much much cleaning we are going to have to do here because of you and Vegeta. This is ridiculous, Goku, with Goku having to then respond, "Whoa, hey there, take it easy. I'm sorry about the mess here, but I actually wanted to ask you about something that I think would be very important in case we were to go from, well, of course, bad to worse here on Earth, and so I need to know something, Dende. Could Shenron be able to possibly reverse a wish or two that had already been made by the hands of the demons within the demon realm after having to use the Super Dragon Balls and go and make their wish? I kind of want to know where we stand here, because if push comes to shove, well, then we're going to need all of the aid and all of the help that we could get against them, and so could Shenron here on Earth be able to undo Super Shenron's wishes, or would Earth's Shenron be way out of his league here, with Dende responding, "Wait, so you'd want to try and undo the wishes that were already put in place by the Super Dragon? Oh, well, I'm sorry, Goku, but you know that can't be done, don't you?" With Goku responding, "Wait, seriously? But what do you mean? How come?" With Dende having to explain, "Well, what I mean is that if what you're already telling me is that there were already several wishes that were made by the hands of the Super Dragon Balls in secret, then, well, then there's no way that the Earth's Dragon Balls would be able to do anything that could reverse such an effect unless you wish to undo them by using the Super Dragon Balls themselves, but I'm afraid outside of that there is no other option, and so I'm sorry, but Earth's Shenron just wouldn't be able to do anything about that, especially if it were done in a pocket dimension like the Demon Realm," Dende continues. "And what's worse about this is the fact that they even have the Super Dragon Balls in the first place, which isn't a good sign whatsoever. And how are they even able to get them, and what exactly are they planning on using them down there for? Because, well, this is just extremely terrible. No matter how you may try and go and look at this, if what you're saying is true, Goku." "No, seriously? Well, would it be possible for us to maybe go and make Shenron stronger then? Would that have any effect in having to help us in case we needed his power? Because, well, I ask because in case something were to happen here in our universe," Goku continues, "then it would be best to have Earth's Dragon Balls on standby just in case." With Dende responding, "Well, I could try and strengthen Shenron's power here on Earth, but, well, I doubt that it will still be enough to alter anything that's been used by the Super Dragon Balls, but, well, I could go and see what I can do in order to ensure that just in case we need Earth's Dragon Balls, they'll be..."
Let the Carnival of Terror begin. Give me the Dragon Ball.
Even if I had one, why would I give it to you?
Very well then. Give me the Dragon Ball.
Even if I had one, why would I
If
give
you
it
do
to
not
you?
have them, then I have no need for them.
Where are the Dragon Balls? Very well. I'll make sure your death is quick. Where are the Dragon Balls? Even if I had one, why would I give it to you?
Where's everyone?
Where are the Dragon Balls? Very well. I'll make sure your death is quick.
Yo, what's up, Terrence? I got away. Bro, how many lives does this person have? Bro. He's playing with hackers, man? What's going on there?
Not like this.
Last Dragon Ball.
Give me the Dragon Balls.
I can't help you. Sorry.
If you don't have them, then I have no need.
Shit. Not good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's kind of far. Want to waste their Dragon Ball. Brandon. Level 3.
I will not tolerate failure. Make me immortal!
Awesome shot.
Now, state your wish shall be done. I will grant your wish. Don't disappoint me. I will not tolerate failure. You're no match for me.
This game is called Dragon Ball The Breakers. It's on its last legs. So we're just playing, having as much fun as we can while the servers are still up.
Be here, but I think if anything, the best course of action to take is to try and get the Super Dragon Balls back and pull them out of the Demon Realm, but I know that this in and of itself won't be an easy task, and so, well, I'll go and see what I can do here to ensure that nothing happens, but just please be careful, Goku. You'll never know what lies in wait for you within the darkness, and I say that because, well, I have a really bad feeling about all of this, Dende says. Well, if that's the case, Gohan then went on to quickly chime in, then I think it's best if we go and speak to Whis and Lord Beerus, along with informing Vegeta about what's been going on around here, so that way we can all remain aware just in case more of those demons were to suddenly start showing up in our universe again, Dad. And so I think it's best if we go now, too, with Goku responding, yeah, you're probably right, and so we're going to need all of the help that we can get, especially if things start to get ugly around here, and so we'll plan ahead and come back later and try to get the others prepared too, Goku says. Well, thank you for your help, Dende, so we'll make sure to come back here after we're done speaking with Whis and Lord Beerus about this, but just remember that if you happen to run into any trouble here on the lookout, then don't hesitate to
might play
let us know,
Xenoverse.
and we'll be right here to help you if you need us, okay? And, so
And,
let's just hope
Dragon
that
Ball
we can
Kakarot.
keep Earth's Dragon Balls safe while we go and try to figure out how to get the Super Dragon Balls back. And so now stay safe, you guys. We'll be seeing you both soon. To which seconds later, with Goku then shown using instant transmission and teleporting him and Gohan off of the lookout, was when Mr. Popo then went on to chime in. Oh dear, do you think that they'll be able to somehow go and bring the Super Dragon Balls back, Kame? me? Well, I sure do hope so, Mr. Popo. And I sure hope that they do, because I have a very bad feeling about all of this, and I don't like it one bit. And so let's just hope that they all do good by the end, Dende says. To where all the while, in the meantime, when then venturing back on over down below, as we only then surprisingly enough see how Piccolo was able to find and speak with both Android 17 and Android 18 was when Piccolo then went on to comment, and so that's the situation. Although a difficult one and one that we don't fully understand yet, the dangers that are posed by these demons from the demon realm cannot be overstated, as these creatures don't just seek conquest, but the total annihilation of everything in this universe if we don't prepare for what is to come against them as well, with Android 18 responding, demons from the demon realm, huh? Sounds like a headache, to be honest, but what exactly is their motive here, because they don't appear to be in any hurry to invade altogether, especially if it's only just a few of them showing up here and there. And so what's their deal, 18 continues, because if they don't seem to be in any kind of hurry here, then what are we to worry about exactly, because you're making this sound a whole lot worse than what it actually is. And so now what is it? Is this really as troublesome as the way you make it sound, or are you simply worried over the fact of actually having to see a few just show up from out of nowhere, with 17 then having to chime in? And besides, how bad can it really be with the others like Goku, Broly, Gohan, and Vegeta around to fight these things? 17 questions. Or are you telling us that maybe we are just simply biting off a bit more than we can chew here, especially since we're already loaded with some of the multiverse's strongest warriors, with Piccolo responding, well, although we haven't really seen what this realm truly houses in terms of powerful warriors that can compete with our own, we have both seen what happens when dark forces go unchecked, so you can only go as far as to imagine that, only tenfold compared to what we could be facing if they invade. The demon realm's warriors are masters of dark energy, Piccolo continues, capable of corrupting and destroying life on a scale that we haven't seen since facing Murno, whom in fact they are also trying to bring back, in case you really want to know. And so there's that, trying to bring Murno back. You hear that, 18, 17 questions? Well, that's certainly not good, and I damn sure don't want to be placed in a situation where we have to go and fight that monster again. And so what do you think, 18? With 18 responding, yeah, same here. And so if that's the case, then we'll need to go and figure something out, so that way we don't have to end up going through the same mess that we ended up going through before. And so what's your call, 17? Well, if you decide to change your minds, Piccolo went on to then walk away by responding, you know where to find me. And so in the meantime, I'll go and warn the others in case things start getting messy around here. And so it's better to be safe and prepared than it is to be left open and vulnerable like how we were against Murno, Piccolo continues. And so I'd rather be ready this time and die fighting than to be caught by surprise again and be annihilated when I could have been ready. And so we'll be in touch if anything, Piccolo says. Hey now, slow your roll there for just a moment, 17 went on to then quickly chime back in, because whoever said that we were done, with Piccolo then questioning, what? What do you mean, 17? I thought that the two of you needed some time to think about this, with 17 responding, well, I think that it's more than obvious that we're in, especially if it's a fight that those demons are looking for, then they don't have to look any further than the two of us, so you can count us in, with 18 responding, yeah, you seriously didn't think that we'd just say no and leave you guys to hog all of the fun for yourselves now, did you? Now, what was it that you had mentioned about Bulma and Dr. Hedo exactly? Cause now I'm curious, with Piccolo being shown turning around by responding, well, what do you know, I knew that we could count on the two of you just in case we needed it, and so I couldn't thank you enough, Piccolo continues. And speaking of Bulma and Dr. Hedo, follow me and I'll bring you both to them, because if anyone could help ensure our victory against those demons, then it's those two for sure, so now follow me. To which, in the meantime, when then venturing back on over inside of Capsule Corp and seeing Dr. Hedo being shown approaching Bulma with a stack of research papers, was when Dr. Hedo then went on to comment, alright, it's all here, or at least all of the information that we need should be in these research papers here, and so maybe now we can go through with seeing if our information is correct. So shall we go and try it out and see what we can make out of this, Bulma? With Bulma responding, there we are now. And so I take it that with what we were able to gather, could we perhaps use this information to strengthen Gamma 1 along with powering our supercell defense system? With Dr. Hedo responding, well, with all of the data collected, we should be able to strengthen Gamma 1 by using the samples collected from that horn that Piccolo and Gohan had retrieved, but I'm not too sure on how this would affect our supercell defense titan, since, well, he isn't quite finished yet. So, well, if anything, I do believe that it would be best if we only run these upgrades on machines, just in case there's some unknown after effect from the samples collected that could still allow for a demon to take possession of a biological subject. Yeah, well, maybe we'll just go and do that in the meantime, Bulma went on
These
to
are not looking
respond,
good right
until
now.
we know that it is
They were
safe to
better
run
earlier.
these same upgrades on biological warriors without running the risk of having
take
anything
time,
happen to them. But now that the Capsule Corp Metamo rings are complete, Bulma adds, it's just a matter of going as far as to test them to see what kind of a fusion it can create, and more importantly, if they can ultimately create fusions that are far stronger than the ones that we are used to via the Fusion Dance or the Potara earrings. But we'll just go and test these out last and see what we can make of them once we start to see what these are like in combat against someone. Well, to our credit, Dr. Hedo responds, we did manage to amp these up by a very large margin, especially when considering the idea that these things would multiply the fusion's power many times over, and so, well, it's only just a matter of finding the right pair to go and try these on and see what the results turn into, with Bulma having to then respond, yeah, well, I mean, there's always Goku and Vegeta that we can go and try these on, but then again, Vegeta never really enjoyed the idea of going and fusing with Goku to begin with, and so this might be a little tricky. But then, it was all of a sudden now to Bulma and Dr. Hedo's surprise was when Piccolo went on to then enter into their lab by then responding, hey, sorry to just barge in from out of nowhere again, but I hope you don't mind that since I came and brought a few guests along with me, that I do believe could be of much use to us in case we happen to find ourselves in a battle against those demons. And so who better to help us than two of our old friends from the past, with Bulma responding, wait, you brought guests? But who? Oh, don't tell me that you went and brought Goten and Trunks here now, did you? Well, I'm hoping that you weren't expecting for that God of Destruction or someone else to just show up, because that would have burst your bubble, 18 went on to then respond. And do either of us even look like Goten and Trunks to you, Bulma, 17 went on to then also quickly respond. And besides, the boys are busy watching over the island while I'm away, and so that should keep them occupied in the meantime, with Bulma responding, well, I'm glad that you guys can go and join us because we're going to need all the help that we can get in order to counter whatever it is that's going to be coming, with Dr. Hedo also chiming in, hey, so you're the famous Android 17 and 18 that I heard so much about. Right, and based on my understanding on the two of you, you are both modified humans, aren't you? Lapis and Lazuli, correct? Well, that's a first, 17 went on to quickly respond, because it's not that often that we run into anyone who refers to us by our actual names, but being that you seem like you really wanted to talk to us, 17 continues, our question now to you is, what are we going to do about this demon problem, and what exactly can you offer that would be of any use to us against these creatures, Doctor? And moreover, are the things that you and Bulma appear to be working on back there, 17 adds, and so why don't you go and fill us both in on what's going on, with Dr. Hedo responding, well, I see that your curiosity has been piqued by our latest endeavor, as these here aren't just any ordinary armbands in case you're wondering, Dr. Hedo adds, for this is actually the culmination of years worth of research and development between Bulma and myself, as these right here are our official Capsule Corp Metamo fusion rings, and these bad boys are designed to facilitate a fusion that isn't only far more stable, but significantly more powerful than traditional fusion as well, with Bulma having to then chime in, and even though we haven't tested them yet, this is only just one of many cool little secret projects that me and Dr. Hedo had been working on, with 17 responding, fusion, huh? Well, that's no surprise, but correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's an android sitting behind you, am I right? Interesting, so I'm guessing that you went and made this one yourself then? And with all things considered, 17 adds, do you think that he could hang with us just in case we have to team up against those demons when they get here, with Gamma 1 having to chime in? And if I may, Dr. Hedo, if there was ever a better time that called for the bio-acceleration chamber to be used in case we needed to stand our ground, then I do believe that this would be that very time for us to go and use it, with Dr. Hedo having to then respond, well, actually, come to think of it, that would be extremely ideal, and especially when considering on how much they'd be able to improve after we upgrade them to where they need to be. And well, now that you're both here, Dr. Hedo continues, and it's time that we go and do a little bit of modifying, so that way you are both up to date with everything that which you'll need to be made aware of, and if you think that the two of you are really strong now, then just you wait until you both emerge from our bio-acceleration chambers, for I can promise you both that the two of you will be extremely satisfied with the end result of what we do. As all the while in the meantime, when then venturing back on over on Beerus's planet and seeing Primal Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta very angry at the fact that the demons were able to escape, was when Vegeta then went on to add, oh, I can't believe what just happened here. Of all the things that I could have prepared for, they went and blindsided me by having me fight a clone. The Shadow shadow demon on top of it all, Vegeta adds. And I know that it must have been when that little rodent of a demon had taken my blood on the lookout. And now they went and got away with Lord Beerus's blood sample too. And so what are we going to do now? As Beerus went on to look on down on his wound by then responding, and to think that I have allowed for myself to become far too calm about this overall situation, only to have something like this go and catch me by surprise. And as I was far too careless in allowing for such a thing to ever even go as far as to happen on my planet. Well, now I'm angry, Beerus adds, and I will make sure that no matter how many of those creatures decide to go and stand in my way, that they all pay for what had taken place here today. And as for you, Beerus adds, we were both fooled by the sudden and unexpected events that were shown taking place here today, but moving forward from now on, all of that changes, which means no
like 2 wins, 4 losses, I think. 5 minutes key.
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Oh yeah.
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. Well done.
You're my savior.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. A super transfer is headed your way. Take it now. You found
That's
a
a lot of
power key.
235.
Go slot it.
My savior.
Flying Nimbus!
I tried to play a little earlier today to see if we can get better keys. But still the same shit.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Someone, anyone, please.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
No, we can go fight. Maybe we can beat him up at level 2.
That's a new power key.
calm.
Place it
Stay
now.
calm. You're done! Holy hell. Holy hell.
Oh man, I almost got him, bro. Oh, we won. I almost got the finishing blow. What's your counter? Invalid. We jumped him too early.
No more playing nice with any of those creatures from here on. Now step aside because Whis is back. Wait, Whis is back? Vegeta went on to then question upon seeing Whis arrive back on Beerus's planet. Well, good, and so let's just see if he was able to find out more about what the heck has been going on around here as of late, and so let's just see what he says. You were gone for a lot longer than you should have been, Whis, Beerus went on to then quickly chime in. And since you were gone, those creatures had the nerve to come and touch down on my planet while you were away, and so now I want their heads mounted on my wall for what they did. So with that said, what were you able to learn while speaking with the Grand Priest and the Omni Kings about this situation, Whis? Right, and so we ran into some trouble while you were away, Vegeta adds, and if there's anything that you can tell us about what we can do to put an end to all of this, then now would be a great time to tell us on what we need to do in order to make that happen, with Whis responding, though I was able to sense what was going on here while I was away, and I do however regret to inform you both that the overall situation appears to be far worse than I imagined that it would be, for the Omni Kings appear to be unresponsive and sealed away within their palace as we are unable to reach them no matter how hard it is that we try. And so with that, we cannot trust that they are okay, with the shocked Vegeta responding, wait, say what now? They can't be reached even by you? But how is that even possible? And so are you saying that those demons are the ones who are responsible for putting up for such a barrier that prevents anyone from reaching them? Oh great, and so now what are we supposed to do? With Whis responding, well for now I will need to go and meet with the other angels so that way we can try and get down to the bottom of things, but I would need to go and do this alone, with Vegeta responding, oh great, and so this is far worse than what we thought it was, isn't it? Well if that's the case, then they could be getting ready to launch an invasion at any moment, with Whis responding, well they could go as far as to do so if they so happen to choose, but as long as we are prepared for anything of the sorts to happen, then we should be in good hands. But then, it was only suddenly now from out of nowhere during their conversation was when Goku had used instant transmission in bringing Gohan along with him, as Gohan then went on to chime in, well it looks as though they all seem to be doing okay, but judging based from what I can see on their expressions, well they don't seem to be very happy, and so I'm sure that something must have happened, with Goku responding, yeah well I wouldn't doubt it either, but let's just go and see if we can go and get down to the bottom of things, so that way we can go and maybe figure out on how we can go about this and stop those Dark Masters from doing what they're about to go and do. And for our sake, let's just hope that it's not too late either, Goku continues. And with that, it looks like we are not alone here either, Whis went on to then chime back in. So you were finally able to find your way back after all, huh? Well, I'm glad to see you back with us and in one piece, Goku, with Vegeta having to then respond, Kakarot, but since when did you just so happen to come back, and how were you able to go and find your way back out and return, with Goku responding, well to be honest with you all, I wouldn't have been able to find my way back alone, and well that's because surprisingly enough it was actually one of those demons down there who helped break me out, but we'll go more into that a little later on because I was able to find out on what those demons were up to down there, and more importantly as to what they were planning on doing by using those Super Dragon Balls as well, with Whis responding, helped by a demon you say? Well that's very unusual to hear, but if you have anything that you'd like to share with us, then now would be the perfect time to go on and do so, as Beerus was then shown having to approach Gohan by then having to ask him, so that idiot Saiyan went and brought you here too now, did he? Well, regardless of what I think of you, Beerus went on to put his hand on Gohan's shoulder, I'm glad that you are here because in case a war with those demons were to break out, then I will need all of you who are worthy of standing on the front lines to be ready for anything in case something were to happen, Saiyan. And so you do understand what it is that I am asking of you, do you not? With Gohan responding, well, Well, thanks, Lord Beerus, but yes, I think I understand exactly what you're trying to tell me, and, well, you can go and count on me to do what it is that I need to do in order to stand by everyone's side to defend our universe from whatever might be coming our way, Lord Beerus. Well, if that's the case, then this is what I know, and so not only are those Dark Masters sampling our blood and our DNA in creating these shadow demons, Goku says, especially since they're creating them as a way to counter those who are the original, but they are also trying to use the Super Dragon Balls to not only undo an ancient seal that had locked away their demon god away, but to also make matters far worse, is that they're also going to try and use those Super Dragon Balls to attempt to try and resurrect Murno, and even go as far as to shackle him down and use him as their slave to wipe out and destroy everything, with Vegeta responding, "What? They're trying to bring Murno back to life? Are they completely insane? And aside from having to fight one of those so-called shadow demons myself, they're also trying to awaken the demon god of the underworld as well? And you're absolutely sure about this, right? This isn't just a guess that you have or anything, right, Kakarot? For this is in fact the truth, isn't it? Because now it's all starting to make sense." Well, unfortunately, yes, it is, Goku responds. Hey, wait a second, speaking of, how are those demons able to find this place and even go as far as to blindside you by cutting your... But then, it was only just before Goku even had the chance to finish was when Beerus went on to quickly interrupt Goku by then responding, "Oh no, you don't, Goku. One more word out of that mouth of yours and I'm going to see it that you never speak to me again. And so be careful with what it is that you say, because anyone, and I mean everyone, can be caught slacking when their guard is down," which was exactly what went and happened here. For I was too reckless to have paid attention and allowed for what happened to have had happen, but nevertheless, do we have a problem here or not, mortal? With Goku uttering, "No, we don't, but geez, just take it easy, would you, Lord Beerus? I hope you're still not mad at me after what happened with your ice cream sundae and how me and Vegeta ruined your day from earlier, are you?" Well, I'd hate to go and interrupt you guys, Gohan quickly went on to chime back in, but since those demons seem to be preparing themselves for a possible invasion and battle against us, then I think it would be best if we went and got some serious training in just to be safe, you know? And especially what was shown having to go down against Murno last time, I'm really not trying to take any chances here this time, Dad. Wait, you seriously mean it, Gohan? Goku questions? Well, are you really sure that you're up for this? Because there's no telling on what we're about to go and encounter once those demons decide to go and try to make a move on us, and so are you sure? Indeed, and what say you, Vegeta? Whis went on to then question. Are you also going to join Gohan and Goku in training yourselves to prepare for whatever we might end up encountering later on? With Vegeta responding, "No, I will not. At least not now, because I'm currently training myself, but in a different way, with my mind. And so I must continue to read this book in order to find out more information on just what those things actually are." Well, honestly, I couldn't be sure about it all, Gohan went on to then quickly respond. And especially with what was shown taking place on Earth when Murno had arrived, if anything like that were to happen again, then, well, I'd much rather go and be safe rather than be sorry, no matter how strong these demons are, Gohan says. And even if, let's just say, Murno were to somehow come back, then, well, I'd rather be ready than to be destroyed like the way I was when Murno had arrived back then. And so, while we're at it, could you go and do me a favor, Whis? Gohan went on to then question. I'd like to go and change my outfit back to the way my dad's is, and so could you maybe go and change that for me up a little bit, Whis? Oh, so you want to revert back to your orange gi then? Well, not a problem, Whis says. Alrighty then, just stay right where you are, with Goku responding, "Say, you're going back to your old colors again, huh? Gosh, I haven't seen you wear this outfit here since, well, since more than likely when we went and battled against Majin Buu prior to Murno, of course, and so, well, it's good to see you bring it back for one final run, eh, son?" Yeah, I know, isn't it cool? Because it sure does go back and bring back a lot of memories now, doesn't it? With an agitated Vegeta saying to himself, "Oh, now I see. So those demons are able to alter their strength while using the Demon Realm's essence as a way to fuel fuel themselves, which only goes as far as to confirm to me that they are using the realm's energy as a power source of some kind. But how can we stop them from further using the demon realm as a power supply is the question, because it doesn't seem to tell me on how that could be reversed unless, but of course, that has to be how it can be done, or I should have known. With Goku then continuing, well, now that you're ready, are you sure you want to go through with this, Gohan? Because if anything, we'll go and spar for a little just to see where you currently stand. That way I can also see what needs to be worked on the most while we engage. So is that okay? Yeah, that's perfect actually,
We have
Gohan
7 out of 8
responds, but
players.
could you go and do me a favor as well, Dad? I don't want you holding back your full power against me just because you want to go engage me, alright? Well then you have my word that I'll go and leave it all out there against you, Gohan, Goku says. As I want to see how good you've become, so that way in case anything were to
Alright, we
happen,
got to
then I'd know that
should be
you'd be
getting
right
close
by
here.
my side in case a war were to break out, and so you have my word that I won't be going easy on you, my son. I promise. Well, thank you, Dad, and I promise to go all out and give it all that I have as well, so that way you can see that no matter what those demons try and throw our way, we aren't going to stay down upon them having to throw it, and so I'm ready. With Beerus looking on over to Whis by questioning, are you sure that this is a good idea for them to go and spar here, Whis? As wouldn't it be best for us to go and hunt those rotten demons down instead for what they've done? Because I'd rather them do this later. With Whis responding, well, actually, I do believe that this would be what's best for the time being before we decide to go and make our move in getting back at those demons, my lord. For it is a strategic preparation and good way to fine-tune their instincts and reactions, Whis adds. And as they begin to challenge one another, they will also go as far as to uncover new strengths and weaknesses and further fostering their growth along the way. And even while doing this, their training could also prepare them both for whatever may be coming next if those demons decide to invade or attack Universe 7. And so it's best if we allow for them to do this just to see where they stand, as Goku was shown then getting into fighting position by responding, alright now Gohan, whenever you're with Gohan responding, right, and unlike before, I'll go and make sure that if that monster Myrna were to actually be brought back.
Can you hear me?
Flying Nimbus!
Trunks! I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Power creator, what's going on?
You be careful too, okay?
You found a power key. Go slot it. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
Great! You know what to do with that key.
You have my thanks. Someone save me!
Got the power creator.
Thanks. Flying
Right.
Nimbus!
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Please help me.
Let's go to be after it.
You're my savior.
Welcome. Thank you. Close.
W teammates, bro. But all I need is one more key. Let's go into the machine.
Flying
just skyjump
Nimbus!
it. Go set the key back.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Didn't want to waste my power.
Thank you.
I
Thank
go
you.
to finish the fight now, though.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Allied down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. Holy hell.
Help me!
They're out of here. We have 6 to 8 of them.
Access the startup system from the
Flying
central
Nimbus!
area. Just a little more to go. Then you're done.
Oh man.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer.
Take on.
You've got all 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shinron at the altar.
Here comes a pain! Come at me, Burrell!
Now, consider it done.
Come at me, Burrell! Flying Nimbus! Oh man.
Holy hell. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. If possible. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to...
Flying Nimbus! Oh man. dare you mock the mighty Vegeta? So? Impossible! What happened?
We got cooked in that cave, but yeah, but they're a little dumb.
To life, that things end up being far different than how they were when we first encountered him, and so let's do this, Dad. Yeah, well, they better go and hurry it up and not wreck my planet as a result, Beerus went on to then quickly shout, or else I'll go and wreck both of them for doing it if they just so happen to do so, Whis. Well, I can't really promise you that they won't, my lord, Whis responds, but, well, at least this ought to take your mind off things for a while, and especially with what was shown happening here while I was away, and so let's just wait and see as to what they will do. As all the while in the meantime, when then venturing back on over within the Demon Realm, and now seeing the Dark Masters open up a portal and heading back into the Time Chamber to do Raigen's bidding, was when Demon Jogo then went on to add, we must ensure that nothing goes wrong while we wait to use those Dragon Balls again, but how much time do we have left in order for us to wait until they can be used again? Surely it can't be that long, can it? With Dark Master Toro responding, we have about 2 more hours to go and wait until the Super Dragon Balls can be used again, and from there, we will go and do exactly as Lord Raigen had instructed for us to go and do. Am I clear? And so now let's move. As the Elite Demon Zaru then went on to appear by then responding, Dark Master Gira, pardon my trouble, but there is a very important matter that I wish to speak to you about immediately, with Gira having to then respond, Zaru, and what exactly may be troubling you that you wish to go and speak to me about, Demon? As this had better be good, for I am not to have my time be wasted after Lord Raigen had already given us an order, with Zaru responding, my deepest apologies for holding you up on your time, but I regret to have to inform you that the mortal Saiyan who had been held captive by you had been freed. The Saiyan is no longer within his containment chamber and has already fled from the Demon Realm, with Gira having to then respond, wait, what? But that's impossible, Zaru! And so how are you to be sure of this? How was that Goku able to escape and find his way back into the living worlds? Explain yourself now, with Zaru responding, while gathering and preparing some of our forces to move into Universe 11, I couldn't help but sense something very strange that was coming from within the ridges of the Western Canyons, and that was when I saw it for myself. I felt the mortal's presence, and when I looked down to get a better look at what was happening, he was gone, which ultimately means that the mortal couldn't have escaped back into his world without the aid of a fellow demon within our ranks, and I think I have a very good idea on who exactly this was that went and set him free. A traitor amongst the Demon Realm, Gira questions, and you're sure about this? Because if that's the case, then you listen to me and you listen up very well, Zaru. Find them right now. Find the traitor within our ranks and deliver him to Lord Raigen immediately, as the rest of the Dark Masters and I will wait and guard the Super Dragon Balls, but if you happen to know on who exactly this was who was responsible for this, then they will need to be executed and made into an example, understand? As I want this treacherous vermin to suffer for daring to defy our authority, and so find them and bring them to Lord Raigen at once, with Zaru having to respond, as you wish, Lord Gira, for I think I know on where he might be trying to hide, so finding him will be certainly the least of my troubles, as I mostly look forward in delivering this traitor to Lord Raigen myself. And so I can assure you that I will not fail, as Toro went on to address Gira by responding, I said now, Gira, and I will not go and repeat myself to you again. Hurry and get a move on so that we may all be ready to use the Super Dragon Balls now. That is an order, demon. Yes, understood, Lord Torogira responds, for I will be with you all in just a moment. Now listen, Zaru, I want eyes and ears all throughout the demon realm as I want to ensure that there are no other traitors who are hiding among us. Do you understand? For you are to gather the other elites and follow General Raiga's command unless Lord Raijin tells you otherwise, for I want every single one of these backstabbing demons dead. No excuses, no mercy, Gira adds, as we are to see to it that absolutely nothing goes wrong, especially with Master Raijin now awake and freed from his prison, Zaru. Now go and weed these rodents out and destroy them, for there is much for us to do and that needs to be done so that we may have our day, demon, and so now go and find him, with Zaru having to respond, oh, I can assure you that you have my word, Lord Gira, as this is what I was born to do after all, and I think I know on just where to find that little rat for what he went and did now, traitor. To which elsewhere in the demon realm, as both Dubo and Kibi were shown having to walk amongst the other demons, was when Kibi then went on to respond, tell me something, Master Dubo, is Lord Raijin preparing for the invasion of the other realms, which happens to include the 12 mortal universes that the Saiyan Goku happens to come from? If the mortal is based in one of the 12 universes, Dubo responds, then yes. But when push comes to shove, you must not hesitate despite how you feel, do you understand? For he is not your friend and he never will be, Dubo adds, as our loyalty is to the throne and to the demon realm, boy. And so he may have spared your life
Appreciate the love, Super Saiyan. Hope you have a great day. I'll be streaming again later tonight, so if you're free, come by.
Kibi, and so this you must understand. And so therefore, whenever Lord Raijin calls for us to be at war, then you must be ready for battle, even if that means that you must face that Saiyan again, with Kibi responding, well, I understand and never once claimed that I wasn't going to fight on behalf of the demon realm, but I guess you're right, unbeknownst to Kibi, with a hand being shown sticking on out from behind him and responding. But the Saiyan did happen to mention something about how our true enemies are not those who we are led to believe, but instead the Dark Masters themselves, which he also went on to mention how, but then, it was only just before Kibi even had the opportunity to finish, was when from out of nowhere, that was when Zaru went on to grab onto the back of Kibi's neck via a portal by then responding, there you are, you little worm, I knew that this was where you were, and so you're coming back with me, you little traitor, as I know everything, demon, and so now you're coming with me, to which as soon as Zaru was then shown pulling Kibi into the portal was when Dubo then went on to shout, no, 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 not like this, no, oh, hang on, Kibi! As it was only within that very moment back over on the other side, with Zaru now shown having to throw Kibi on the ground before Lord Raijin with his back turn, was when Zaru then went on to continue, and here you thought that I wouldn't catch on in finding out about what you were doing, you...
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
You have my thanks.
You found a power key. Go slot it.
Flying Nimbus!
Guys, really gonna go in.
You're my savior.
Get my Nimbus back. Try to help.
what to do with that key?
Thanks.
You go set this A key.
Flying Nimbus!
Let me see if I can grab his sword.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you.
The B and the C key is gonna be the hardest to find though.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Flying Nimbus!
Great! You know what to do with that key.
Welcome. Thank you.
Give it a couple of seconds to see if these guys can find that D key. Because if I plant this B key, you're just gonna camp D. Looks like they're fighting.
Flying Nimbus!
You got 99%.
Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Their dragon chain is about to fail. I don't want to plant it because, like I said, I don't want to camp deep. Hopefully someone's going to set up deep. That's it. It's coming back this way.
Holy hell.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
At long last.
The startup system for the sewer machine is open. Come on! Now.
Not gonna make it. Ooh, we almost made it, bro. We almost made it.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you need to. Got it?
I owe you one.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Oh.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
2 more keeps to go level 3. Instead of getting the gym.
I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. Ally down.
Come on,
You
man.
intend to rescue them. Watch out for enemies. A super transfer is headed your way. Take it now. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. Ally down. If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
You're good to go!
What is everyone else doing? We need to get a time machine.
Stealth mode time.
Definitely.
The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
I can't do this!
Down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Let's watch it! Stealth mode time. I'm close!
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in. I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
The end is nigh!
little rats, for you have a lot of explaining to do, boy. And so you better stand back up and start talking, because you don't want to keep Lord Raijin waiting any longer, demon. What nonsense is this? Kibi went on to then suddenly question. What are you talking about, Zaru? I know nothing about what you speak of, and so what's the meaning of this? Why was I brought here, and what are you looking for me to answer about, Zaru? With Zaru then responding, do you think your deeds would remain in the shadows, Kibi? For I was there in the canyons when you led the Saiyan to freedom, Zaru went on to point out to Kibi by responding, defying the orders of our leaders, and now your betrayal is exposed for all to see, especially before Lord Raijin, traitor. For it was you who had went and freed the Saiyan from his captive chamber, as it was you who had guided him through the canyons and back into his world, as it will be you who will pay for spitting in Lord Raijin's and the Dark Master's faces in the end, with Kibi responding, what? How could you say such a thing, Zaru? You have no proof of this, and so how could you accuse me of such a thing when I wasn't even there? How do you even know that it was me that you have claimed to seen, Zaru? With Zaru responding, because I saw you with my very own eyes, you coward, and so now are you calling me a liar, Kibi? But then, it was only during the middle of their heated exchange was when Raijin was shown having to turn his head by then interrupting and responding, that's enough, Zaru, for I will go and deal with this myself, as you have been accused of a grave betrayal, young demon. As freeing a captive prisoner is no small crime, for if these allegations hold true, then I want you to know that my wrath will be boundless for your actions, as betraying our cause by releasing any prisoner is a heinous act that directly goes against my order, along with the orders of the Dark Masters who set them in place. For I have no reason to doubt Zaru's word, Raijin continues, for as one of my elites, he is as reliable as they come, and so now you will go on and tell me everything that I need to know, or I am going to tear your body apart limb by limb until you confess everything, boy. Let me go and remind you, young demon, that you are playing an extremely dangerous game here with me, for I demand the truth from you now. For if you refuse, then you shall suffer through consequences that will make the darkest pits of this realm seem like sanctuaries by comparison. And so now why was I told that it was you who had went and set this Saiyan mortal free, Raijin questions. What were your reasons on betraying me, as well as betraying this realm the way you did, Raijin adds, and remember, choose your next words with me very wisely, demon, for I will not be taken for a fool, with Kibi having to respond, Great and honorable Master Raijin, please believe me when I say that Zaru doesn't know of what it is that he is talking about. But then, it was only from out of nowhere, just before Kibi could even go as far as to continue, was when Raijin was shown wrapping an energy whip around Kibi's neck by then responding, that was not what I have asked for you to go and do, demon, for I do not wish to hear about what you believe, but would rather hear about what is already known, which is your involvement in freeing him. And since I have no reason to doubt Zaru's words, Raijin adds, I want you to understand that your betrayal to my title will not go unchecked, for I am going to inflict upon you the horrors that go far beyond your wildest nightmares, creature. So now tell me, what gives you the right to go and assume that this mortal would be your ally, demon? Because he was not, for you are loyal to me, Raijin says. You and everyone within this realm serve and should only ever serve me, and not those who stand across from us, demon. For now I want you to know what it's like to experience betrayal, young demon, which is why I will go and ask you once again, and this is going to be the very last time that I ask you. What were your reasons on setting this mortal free, and how was it that you were able to do it when you fully understand the consequences of such barbaric actions? Now tell me, as if you fail to respond accordingly to what I am asking of you, Raijin continues, then you can make no mistake about what will immediately follow, demon, as I will tear your arms and legs apart from your body while using my magic to still keep you alive long enough so that I may rip your heart out and feast upon its every beat wait while I watch as the light within your eyes slowly starts to dim before I go and destroy what remains of your body. Final warning, demon. Now, why did you choose to betray me? But then, it was shockingly enough from out of nowhere as the demon Dubo had gone as far.
Can you hear me? Flying Nimbus! It's Trunks. I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it. That's a new power key. Place it now.
You're a savior.
Hey, great! You found another power key.
Flying Nimbus!
Use it quick. That's a new power key. Place it now. Hey, great! You found another power key. Use it quick.
Thanks.
Flying
I'll
Nimbus!
drop it on this one. Unfortunately, we don't have all the Dragon Balls. So,
Access the startup system from the central
Flying
area.
Nimbus!
Just a little more to go, and you're done.
Lego.
You're done!
Bro, these guns do not work, man. What the
The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you don't see
How scary I am!
An ally needs your help.
I don't know why you would do
You
that.
don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Killed by the time. Not good.
The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system's destroyed. The escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
Guy's level 3 too.
I've sent the escape time machine. Use it to get out of there.
This guy sacrificed himself for no reason. Guns don't work, man. Couldn't pull it off.
The escape time machine.
You got clicked on that. Seriously. Robert, appreciate you dropping by. Hope you have a good night. Peace, homie. Grab me a water. Be right back.
To intervene by having to rush towards Kibi and Raijin's location was when Dubo then went on to shout, "Wait, no, please, stop this, Master Raijin. It wasn't him. It wasn't the boy who went and set the mortal free from this realm, for he is not the source who was behind it," with Zaro quickly responding, "Oh, it's you, and just what are you doing here, Dubo? Your interruption better be with a good enough cause," Raijin went on to address Dubo by responding, "especially for you to be within my presence without me having to call for you, and so this better be good, demon. So now tell me what it is that you know. Speak now, for I am slowly beginning to run out of patience." "My lord, please spare the boy, for he had nothing to do with how the mortal was set free because, well, I was the one who went and sent him back into his universe," Dubo shockingly went on to then proclaim, "for Kibi had only just arrived moments after I sent the Saiyan back to where he came from, my lord. For the boy did not know, nor was he aware of what I had done, and as I went and sent him back because I had already assumed that we were able to get everything that we needed out of him already, and so therefore Zaro has mistaken Kibi for me. And so please don't punish this demon any further, Lord Raijin," Dubo pleads, "because I am the one who is responsible for this," as a chained up and binded Kibi went on to then utter, "Dubo, what are you doing? Don't do this. He will destroy you." The boy is just just afraid, Lord Raijin, Dubo continues, and so I beg for you not to punish him any further, because since he is a young demon, his potential is vast in being of great use to us against the outside realms, and so he is not the one to blame because I am, Dubo continues, and so I please ask of you to release him and take whatever anger you wish to exhibit out on me instead, O Great One, as since he is too scared to think straight, he will do anything and say anything out of fear, my lord, and so I was the one. Now please cut him loose, as I was the person who Zoro had seen free the Saiyan. You were a fool to think that your actions would have gone unnoticed for you to go and assume that we weren't going to catch you, Dubo, Zoro went on to then quickly respond, and now you will suffer for your actions after knowing about what you did. Would you rather go and defy the throne, traitor? But then, it was only just as Raijin was shown having to let Ki be free upon having to get in the middle between Zoro and Dubo was when Raijin then went on to quickly chime in. That's enough, Zoro, as I will take it from here. So, it appears that I may have been mistaken in my judgment to assume that it was you who went and betrayed me, young demon, but that doesn't change the fact that I am still highly suspicious of you, Raijin continues, but nevertheless, now on to you, as I hope that you know what you've done here, demon, for you are supposed to serve and be loyal to me until the end of your days, but I see now that not only are you of no use to me, but you are defective. And since you are hereby defective, Raijin went on to slowly approach Dubo, you are no longer useful to me. You do understand this now, don't you? For such a crime cannot go unchecked, especially not here. With Dubo chiming in, please, Lord Raijin, please let me go and make this up to you and allow me to prove myself to the only thing that you have proven to me here today, Raijin went on to then cut in, was that you simply cannot be trusted, as your actions could end up in what leads to the downfall of my entire kingdom, and that I will not allow to ever have happen again. And so now let this serve as a grim and grave reminder to any demon who chooses to defy me the way you did, Raijin went on to then point out, that your betrayal to my throne, along with your actions that go against what we stand for here in this world, will be made into an example to anyone who dares to try and stand against me while proclaiming the title of demon. For you should have thought this through, because there is no way that you could possibly go back to change what you did now, as your fate has been sealed. Master Raijin, please, Dubo went on to then beg, please, don't go through with this. I could prove my worth to you once more if you allow me the chance to go and show you on why I'm deserving to serve in your name. Just please. With Raijin quickly cutting back in, the only thing that you've proven to me was why you are undeserving to exist within my presence, traitor. And such wastes of space no longer have a place, nor do they have a purpose to serve within my domain. To which, shockingly enough, seconds later, with Raijin now shown completely having to blow away Dubo's head in allowing for his body to drop back down, was when Raijin then went on to continue, and so now witness, my subjects, the fate of those who dare to challenge my supremacy and expect to live long enough to go and speak about it. As let his destruction serve as a lesson to all those who harbor similar thoughts just as he did, for you are all loyal to me and only me, and that is how it shall remain until the end of time itself. As this display of power is not merely for spectacle, Raijin continues, but it is a firm reminder of the hierarchy that exists here, for any demon within this world or any mortal from within the multiverse who dares to stand across from me will be ultimately met with absolute obliteration, as my rule is without question, as my will over this realm is unchallengeable. Oppose me, and you will be erased from the cosmos, leaving nothing but the echoes of your failure behind in your wake, Raijin says. For this demonstration of power should also clarify any doubts about my sovereignty, Raijin went on to then pull out Dubo's heart in his hand by responding, and to all those who bared witness, let it be known that my domain over this realm and any threat that comes from the outside world will be absolute. And now I will feed on his heart, for I grow hungry by the minute, and I will not be denied while I seek more to feast on. on. And while I feed Raijin continues upon being shown chewing on Dubo's heart, words cannot be put together to explain how lucky you truly are to still be alive right now, young demon. In which, as you have witnessed the fate of your fellow demon, let it crystallize within your mind that you are only lucky to be alive solely due to my choosing. And should there be another instance, Raijin continues, another moment where your actions warrant my attention in the wrong way, then there will be no shelter, no mercy, and no escape. Every shadow that you trust will ultimately turn against you under my command, and your annihilation will be final. Now get out of my presence before I go and change my mind. To which, as Kibi was then shown doing, it had only become clear now that the only reason as to why Raijin had decided to let him go was because he deemed him to be lucky, as Raijin then went on to continue, and now since you are already here, I might as well go and make use of your time here and now, Zaru, and thus, I need you to open your ears very wide and listen to everything that I'm about to tell you very closely, for I also request the presence of several others to be here at once, as I am preparing a cleansing fire that will sweep across the cosmos, purging it of all those whom I deem unworthy to exist. As your role here, however, is critical, Raijin continues, as I need for you to go and follow my orders without deviation. Failure is not an option, so if you are to fall short of my commands, then you will be destroyed as a result. And so now scour the multiverse and identify all of the strongholds of mortal power across the cosmos, and mark their every location when you find them, but remember to embark on this quest with the utmost of caution, Raijin says, for your mission is to identify the strongest mortals across the multiverse is critical to my plan, and especially after learning of that one Saiyan mortal being sent back into his own respective universe while he was here, I want you to go and gather every shred of information that you possibly can and leave no stone unturned throughout your mission. Because in order for this to work, I must know of all those whom would choose to stand in the way of my plans, as I will not allow for any of them to destroy what I have worked so very hard to achieve, Raijin continues. And so now step forward, Mekimairo, Kodos, Akuro, and Shinjin, for each of you will be given a small but very important task that must be undertaken, Raijin continues. And while your primary task is to catalog the mightiest among them, I want you all to each peer into the very essence of these spirits and gauge their potential for allegiance to our cause along the way. For those who can be swayed shall be drawn into the fold of joining our ranks within the demon realm, and those who resist or prove inflexible in their moral standings are to be obliterated from existence with nothing left behind as a result of their actions against our mission. And while I plan to continue my search to go and find and gather together all 4 of the configuration cubes, I must ensure that there is nothing and no one who will stand in the way of that, Raijin says, which is why the strongest must be located and be dealt with accordingly. For I must ensure that once they are all gathered, that the final stages of my plans are finally sought into completion. And since we were able to identify traitors among our kind here within the demon realm, as I will need all those whom rank within the elite ranks to keep your eyes out on those who may seem suspicious of turning against us as well, as each of you will be given a universe to venture into, while I expect for each of your missions to be completed and seen through until the very end, Raijin continues. And if you feel the need to destroy any mortal who ranks within the status as being the mightiest within their respective universes or worlds, then you may go and do what you must as a result, but do not return back into this realm if you cannot oversee that the mortals are overtaken by your sheer might, or it will be the last time that you will ever even dream of existing within my presence, demons. Remember the plan, remember your mission, and mark every location down of those who hold the strongest hideouts, and whatever it is that you do, try to avoid in finding yourselves locked in any sort of battle against any of those
I've set a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots. You found a power key. Go slot it.
Once I revert to an egg, I'll bury myself underground for 3 years.
Oh no! Thank you! Thank you!
Great. You know what to do with that key. Hey, great. You found another power key. Use it quick.
Very impressive. Although I still have
Which I find is stupid.
Great. You know what to do with that key.
I guess I'm far too strong for a...
Please save me! Please save me!
You're my savior.
That's level 3. You want one fail, not even level 1.
Welcome. Thank you.
No complaints for me. I can only gain the energy I need to fight you with my perfect body.
Bro, it's fucking civilian, bro.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
You're my savior.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Damn it, they got away.
Flying Nimbus!
Oh, this can't be. This can't be happening.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
No complaints for me.
I need help.
Access the startup system from the central area. Just a little more to go, then you're done. The startup system's under attack. It's dangerous, so tread carefully if you want to get closer. The startup system is under attack. Stop it if you can, but retreat if you
Bro,
need
the
to.
scary
Got it?
deflections of the
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them.
Flying Nimbus!
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Use level 7 Dragon Balls. Summon Shenron at the altar.
Trying to get some supplies.
Oh, what? Where did all that?
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
Now it shall be done. I will grant your wish.
Oh, man.
Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies. An ally needs your help. You don't know what danger awaits. Think. Bastard!
Don't worry about it.
That should be everyone. Welcome. If you're going to act so utterly stupid, then you need to be punished accordingly. Just leave this to me, everyone! Punished accordingly.
Escape time machine's almost prepped. You need to head for the beacon that's indicated by a blue light.
You gotta watch.
Gods of destruction along with their angels, Raijin continues, as they will be left to be dealt with by both the Dark Masters and by me. And so now, Meki Myro, you will head into Universe 7 alongside Zaru and expose any and all of its strongholds while you're there. And if you are met with any sort of resistance, then terminate them where they stand. With Meki Myro responding, then I will scour the skies in search of the strongest and report back all that I am able to find, Lord Raijin. Good, and so now go and take whomever you may need in order to see your mission through within the 7th now, Raijin continues. And as for you, Akuro, you will head into Universe 6 and bring with you several Shinjins with you, while the original ventures elsewhere in the meantime. Spare no one and see what you can discover. And as for you, Kodos and Shinjin, you will both head directly into Universe 11 and retrieve all of the information that you possibly can command before you are given any other order, am I understood? And since you are already familiar with Universe 11 Kodos, Raijin continues, I expect for you both to do what you must in order to find all that there is that I require from there, so that our army may rise against any stronghold that will be placed in our path upon the moment after discovering it, with the Demon Elite Kodos responding, "Oh, but I do, Master Raijin, I do. I haven't forgotten about Universe 11, for it would seem as though I still have some unfinished business to attend to," with Raijin responding, "Good, and so now do not fail me, for you already know what awaits you, as this will be the very moment where the living realms will soon come to understand that no matter where they go and what they try to go and do, and no matter where they seek shelter in attempting to go and hide," Raijin continues, "they will all in some way, shape, or form come to terms with who their master truly is, and ultimately go and bend their knees to my will. And as I wait for the Dark Masters to complete my wish by using the Super Dragon Balls, very soon will it all finally be done just as it was intended to be done many, many years ago, for I will not be so foolish as to go and make the same mistakes that I went and made before ever again. And especially not while my Dark Masters have in their possession the one thing that will turn out to be the greatest difference maker," Raijin continues, "as this time I intend for things to go in a much different direction than how it once was, and one by one, as each of those deities are pulled apart and kept away, the mortals they look after will not be able to stand a chance and go and survive without them. But it must be done without the chances of anything going wrong in the process either," Raijin says, "and so from here on it'll only be a matter of time before everything begins to come crashing down around those within the living worlds, and with no end in sight and with the strongest destroyed, the weak will be ripped to pieces while the multiverse becomes mine to mold and morph into becoming my greatest of all kingdoms. Observe closely, Whis, as it baffles me because while Gohan possesses a formidable form that he could choose to use and try to counter Goku's Ultra Instinct, he instead chooses to restrain his raw power against them, and I want to know as to why," with Whis responding, "Well, I do believe that it's mainly due to the fact that Gohan simply wants to see on how far he could possibly go before he decides to go and use his full power in battle against his father, and so therefore I do believe that it's rather not a bad choice for him to go and make, but it is rather more of an interesting one since he wants to go and see as to where his base level stands," with Beerus responding, "But why does it even matter when everyone, including his son, even knows that Goku is far stronger given the events of what had transpired with Murno before? And so what is Goku's aim here, Whis?" with Whis having to then chime in, "Well, although yes, Goku may be stronger, but I want you to go and take a little closer look, my lord, for even though Goku is far stronger than Gohan given his extended battle against my brother Murno, what Goku hopes to actually accomplish here is to simply ensure that Universe 7 is in safe hands in case something were to go and happen to him in battle, and I will go as far as to say that if it does, then he could simply go and count on his son to make sure that nothing is lost in the process, which means that Goku is counting on his son to defend the universe in case the worst were to go and happen to him. And so now let us just wait and see," to which as Gohan was attempting to attack Goku by blasting him with Goku being shown leaning out of the way, was when Goku then went on to respond, "And as good as you are and as experienced as you may be, you won't get very far like this if you're struggling to make contact with me, Gohan," with Gohan responding, "Well, although I'm still within my base level and trying to see if I can find an opening in hopes of getting the better of you, Dad, one thing that I won't do while fighting you is quit while I'm ahead," with Goku then responding, "Wait, so you aren't going to transform into using a higher level then? Interesting. Well, although I admire your efforts in trying to go head to head against me while you're at your base here, Gohan, you and I both know that this isn't going to work against me here, son. And so because of this, you will need more power," Goku continues, "because while I understand that you are trying to do your best while you can at your base, it just simply won't work here against me, Gohan. And while there is no telling on what waits for us with those demons planning on dropping in and out the way they currently are," Goku continues, "you'll just simply need to go and fight using everything you have here against me if you hope to survive, Gohan." But it was only despite with Gohan's defiance, with Gohan shown having to attempt to strike Goku, with Goku being shown grabbing onto his punch, was when Gohan then went on to respond, "Well, I'm not going to stop trying until I know that I have capped out on my base, even if you are vastly more powerful than I am within the moment, Dad. And so while I'm not looking to go and quit now, and while I'm not looking to go and give in to your power, power, I'm not done. Well, you still don't seem to get it, son. While I do admire your efforts in trying to strengthen your base level here against me while hoping to grow stronger along the way, Goku says, I want you to go and show me more of your latent power that you and I both know which lies deep within you, because if you are truly planning on countering those demons by simply using your base level, then you've already lost, Goku responds upon being shown headbutting Gohan down onto the ground. And so I want you to please understand that what I'm doing here isn't by any means putting you down, Gohan, Goku continues, but it's only to simply go and remind you that if you don't give it your all to fight and win, you will lose. And so if you wish to stand with us in case something were to happen against those demons, then I would need for you to go and continue to push, Gohan, Goku says. For we all know that you have the power to go and achieve great things, Gohan, but you have to go and think about what we're about to go up against and the dangers that lie ahead of us, because if I was able to see it firsthand for myself, then you can only imagine as to what lies ahead. And in order for us to ensure that nothing ever happens to our world, Goku says, as well as those who we love, our friends and our families, then we've got to stand at our strongest no matter what it's going to take, Gohan. Because if you don't wish to have what happened before to happen again, then I'll need for you to go and rise and show me what your full power is capable of in battle, Goku says. No, I cannot have what happened here on Earth with Murno to ever take place ever again, Gohan says. Ever again. Never, Gohan then began to glow, as Goku then went on to fall on back upon Gohan having to ignite his power by then responding, incredible, but wait a second, this isn't Gohan's newly unlocked beast form that Piccolo had went and told me about, for this actually feels a little familiar to something else. But since when was Gohan able to go and achieve this transformation, Goku ponders? But of course, for I always knew that Gohan had the ability to go and reach the same status as I was able to reach in achieving Super Saiyan 3, but I just can't help but wonder on why he decided to go and use this, rather than instead go and jump right into using his beast form here against me. But even now, as I'm sure that whatever reason that is that Gohan has in using this, I'm sure it's because he wants to go and gauge his lower levels here against me before having to go and decide to go and use his strongest against mine, as it was only then through the smoke as Super Saiyan 3 Gohan was then shown having to emerge, was where this also went as far as to shock both Beerus and Whis, including Goku himself as well, as Gohan then went on to quickly respond. Now, although this wasn't something that you were probably expecting for me to go and dish out here against you, Dad, but before I go into using my beast form here against your Ultra Instinct level, I just want to go and see as to where my other levels stack up here against you, so that way I can be sure of what I can go and use whenever the right time calls for me to go and use them in battle, with Beerus having to then respond, hold on there, the boy can also wield that ridiculously long-haired form that Goku wields too? But since when? Wow, incredible. Just look at you, Gohan, Goku went on to then respond, for you have no idea on how proud I am of you to have to see this, and so this should be really exciting for us both, that much I'm sure of. And so are you ready? And I just want to go on ahead and urge you, because I don't plan on holding back here either against you, Gohan, Goku says, and that is whether you end up using Super Saiyan 3 or not, with Gohan responding, well, I don't expect anything less from you here, Dad, but for what it's worth, while I'm already using this form here against you, you better not go and expect for me to go easy on you here either, because I'm going into this fight with the mindset to destroy you one way or another. Well, as impressive as you are, and with the amount of power that you were able to channel through your Super Saiyan 3 level, Goku responds, at this rate, you simply won't be fast enough to compete against me, Gohan, with Gohan responding, well, you can just go and forget about having me go and bend the knee and surrender on over to you, because unlike how it was when Murno had attacked us, this time around, I'm not going to allow for that to happen ever again, and so I will continue to go and test my will against your Ultra Instinct powers until I am left with no other choice than to give you my all, Dad. But it was only just upon with Goku being shown having to break away just before having to go back on the offensive was when Goku then went on to quickly respond, well, although I admire your will to never allow to have what happened to ever go and happen again to you or anyone else again, Gohan, then you'll need to go and stake everything on the line against whatever it is that's coming if you hope to truly never fall like how you once fell ever again, Gohan. And although none of us can truly be sure of what it is that is waiting for us on the other side of that demon realm, Goku then went on to proceed by having to be shown punching Gohan in the face. And while I am very proud to see how far you've come in achieving such power, I ask of you to go beyond using Super Saiyan 3, because if you still think that you are going to be any sort of match against me as you are, then all I'm going to continue to do here is throw you around on your face until you finally get the wake-up call that I've been trying to get you to realize, Gohan. Oh, darn it. Well, so much for expecting for Super Saiyan 3 to make much of a difference. And to make matters even worse is that it doesn't even look as though you've broken a sweat here against me either, Gohan says, with Goku responding, well, that's because I didn't, but it was as I had said, for if you wish to engage me and know where you stand when comparing our power, Goku says, then please go and put aside anything that might be holding you back and show me your all, Gohan. As a tired Gohan then went on to respond, right, and so then I was right when I had originally assumed that using this form against you wasn't going to be more than likely what would get me very far here in this battle against you. And since I'm now left with no other choice, I can now start to see that this won't be enough, and now you leave me with no other choice than to do what I gotta do, even if it goes and breaks me in the end, Gohan continues. Man, so if this is what I'll go and need to do in order to prove my worth here against you, then I will go and give you everything that you've been asking for, Dad. To which it was only within that very moment then, as Super Saiyan 3 Gohan was then shown igniting his beast power and transforming even further, was when Goku then went on to respond, what an incredible energy. Good, Gohan, just let it all out there, son. That's the way, because I always knew that you had the power deep down within you to go and create the change that you wanted to see, and so now become that change, Gohan, with Whis having to then chime in. Well, now this ought to be good now that Gohan has realized that he will need to go all out against his father if he hopes to walk away from this battle as its winner. And so now because of this, I do believe that this is going to be a very fun battle to now watch, as Beerus went on to then respond, yeah, well, they better go and hurry it up and get this over with, because my planet isn't their personal playground to just go and do whatever they want with it, Whis. Which it was only just upon with Gohan being shown finally completing his transformation, with Goku being shown having to call Gohan out, was when Goku then went on to respond, and there it is. This was what I wanted to go and see from you, Gohan, and now that you're ready to go and give it your all, Goku says, what do you say you go and come at me and show me what this beast power of yours is truly made of? To which, as Beast Gohan was then shown having to do exactly that, was when Gohan then went on to respond, well, suit yourself then, Dad, and so if this is how you want to go and do this, then do yourself a favor and stay right where you are, and I'll go and gladly give you exactly what you've been wanting to get out of me. But then, it was only just upon with Beast Gohan being shown having to throw the first punch, with Goku catching it and creating a shockwave along the way, was when Whis went on to then quickly chime back in, oh my, how truly amazing to watch unfold, for I can only hope that Goku is able to go and get exactly what he wanted by challenging his son to a contest like this. And because while I expect for Goku to remain in full control of this battle out here against Gohan, Whis continues, and I will go as far as to admit that even I'm starting to get a little excited in seeing as to how this is going to go. But what say you, Lord Beerus? With Beerus shouting, what incredible force, and Goku was able to catch and grab hold of his son's attack seemingly with ease. Now this is what I'm talking about, Gohan, Goku responds, and I'll honestly say that I wouldn't want it to go any other way. And so now what do you say? You nervous, or do you still want to go and continue? With Beast Gohan responding, I knew that this was what you wanted to go and see from me, but nervous? Not even close, Gohan says. And so now let us go and resume where we had originally left off, because between you and I, Dad, I never felt more alive to be doing this. But then, it was only secretly enough as the Demon Haas was then shown having to reappear by opening up a small portal and observing Gohan's battle with Goku, was when Haas went on to then respond, they're all just great, for I was warned that some of these creatures were going to pose a significant threat to most of us within the demon realm, but I didn't actually want to go and believe that there would be more of them out there who would turn out to be ultimately this powerful like this. But even now, while I watch and study their fighting patterns, Haas continues, I must be very careful, for if I were to go and be spotted while trying to keep myself from being seen by those worms, then they're all more than likely going to be all over me, and I don't look forward to having such a thing go and happen. But from what I can gather down there between these two, it would only appear as though that the boy's father, who goes by Goku, is by far the stronger and vastly more experienced mortal between them, but this other one here that goes by Gohan is also someone to keep a very close eye on, Haas Haz continues, because if they continue to go and train like this routinely, then this isn't going to be good, which is why I was sent here and seeing as to who exactly the Dark Master should go and keep an eye on. And while I have this chance to go and watch and study everything that I can and learning more about who the Dark Master should go and look after in case they were to battle them, I must be patient and remain hidden. To which it was only moreover now back on over with the battle involving Goku and Gohan, with Gohan now shown getting the better of Goku momentarily, was when Gohan then went on to quickly respond, "You know, I'm not so sure that if it's just me here or what, but you don't seem to be holding out so well out here against me, Dad. And if that ends up being the case, then for your sake, I hope that you aren't holding anything back here against me," Gohan then went on to uppercut Goku in the face. "And that is because you'd only be fooling yourself to think that I'll go and take it easy on you either way, and so if this was what you wanted to go and get out of me, then you can go and make no mistake about the fact that you are getting exactly what you've been asking for from me, and I'm not going to let up on you until I know that I am indeed more than strong enough to stand across from you in battling against the Demon Realm." But then, it was only despite with Beast Gohan being shown having to miss his hammer strike, with Goku being shown having to counter him, was when Whis went on to then chime back in. "Then so now tell me, what do you think so far, Lord Beerus? The boy is quite the impressive fighter when using this new beast form of his now, isn't he? As I can actually go and imagine as to how strong he could truly become if Goku continues to push him like this, but I'd rather dare go and say that he's proven more than enough so far, wouldn't you say?" With the shocked Beerus having to then shout, "Oh, what are those two idiots doing? They're going to destroy my entire planet if they continue to fight the way they are, and so enough is enough, Whis. As if they go and continue to fight like this, then those idiots are going to destroy everything, Whis, and so you've got to go and stop them right now." Well, to be honest, I don't think that there is any need for us to go and get in between their battle now, since I do believe that their brief contest is about to come to a close now, but wait a minute now. It was only just then during the middle of Goku and Gohan's engagement where Whis had gone as far as to sense something very disturbing, as Whis went on to then say to himself, "Hold on now, could that be what I think it is? But of course, now I see." No, wait, hold on for just 1 second there, Dad, because I'm not sure what it is that I'm looking at over there, but is it me or are we being watched by one of those little demons all the way over there behind you, Dad? With Goku responding, "What? Being watched by a demon? This isn't a trick or anything now, is it, Gohan? Because I'm not sensing anything around us, and so are you sure that there's actually something there, Gohan?" With Gohan responding, "No, I'm serious, Dad, so just look, over there, you see it? As I thought it was just me at first, but I think that thing had been spying on us the entire time." With Goku responding, "Hey, wait a minute, you're right. Well, you can stop pretending like we can't see you now, because you aren't fooling anyone here by trying to blend in while spying on us, demon." But then, it was only just with the Demon Haz beginning to realize that he was caught onto by having Goku and Gohan notice him, was when Haz then went on to quickly respond, "Wait, what? They were able to stop me moving about up here? Oh, just great. As I was wrong to just remain in one spot while watching them, and so I have to hurry and leave." But then, it was just before the Demon Haz even had the opportunity in returning back into the Demon Realm, was when Whis appeared from out of nowhere and grabbing onto Haz by then responding, "I'm sorry, but were you about to go and take your leave in thinking that we weren't going to catch up to you? Because you'd honestly be mistaken if you did, and so now I don't remember giving you any sort of special permission in being able to come onto this world and spy on us after previously being said to have touched down onto this world. And so now because of that, you aren't going anywhere." With the terrified Demon Haz responding, Wait, now just hold on there for just a moment, okay? Just wait, because I didn't come here to start any sort of trouble. In fact, I actually came here to, apologize to your God of Destruction for the fight that we... Oh, really now? So you're meaning to tell me that you decided to travel and come back all this way just to apologize to Lord Beerus? Well, that's interesting, but between you and I, if I'm going to be honest here and say, I don't really believe you. In fact, Demon, I actually believe that you are here for other reasons, and it would be wise for you to tell us as to what those reasons are now before it's too late. With the Demon Haz responding, just wait a minute here. I swear that I'm telling you the truth, Angel. I felt a little bad about what we had went and did here earlier, and so I wanted to go and maybe see if I could make it up to your destroyer somehow, you know? Is that...
get a super time machine, as well as a crate of supplies. Here's how to launch. Find the power keys, then place them in the right spots.
Where am I? You be careful
Found
too,
a power
okay?
key. Go slot it.
And they found the B key.
That's a new power key. Place it now.
Flying Nimbus!
Great. You know what to do with that key. Ally down! If you intend to rescue them, watch out for enemies.
Someone save me! Thanks.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Flying Nimbus!
Got really lucky. Why are you coming to eat? There's no reason to come. Why not survivor?
That's a new power key.
Holy
Place it
hell.
now.
Oh man.
This is bad. Somebody's down. Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them. I sent you a super transfer. Use it to hold the enemy back.
on, man.
Before rushing in. I'll send some supplies to help. Make good use of them. Ally down!
Flying Nimbus!
Tend to rescue them. Watch out for enemies.
You bastard!
Yo, shout out this game, man. That kind of right there, bro. Way to save me, man. Crappy chance. One more Dragon Ball 2.
Somebody's down! Exercise extreme caution if you're going to help them.
This is it! Already.
An ally needs your help. We don't know what danger awaits. Think before rushing in.
Kaioken!
Game was ass.
You serious?
True Lord Beerus, Goku then went on to further question, was he one of the demons that went and started all of the trouble that you and Vegeta had to deal with before me and Gohan had arrived? But why would he come back so soon? With Beerus responding, yes, it was the Loud One. You do understand that by coming back onto my planet after what you did here is an automatic death sentence, don't you? And here you say that you came back into my universe so that you can go and apologize, did you? Well then, why did it go and take you so long to apologize if you've been here the entire time that these two here have been training, demon? Right, and since you claim that you are here to apologize to Lord Beerus, well then, here you go. Whis went on to then throw Demon Oz against Beerus. For now, you will go and have the chance, with Oz responding, hey wait, what are you doing to my portal, Angel? Oh, I'm just going to make sure that you don't try and take the easy way out and leave so quickly without, of course, having to answer a few questions in the meantime, so that this way we can also make sure that no one interrupts our conversation in the meantime either. Wait, you don't really think that I just leave now, do ya? I'm telling you the truth here, honestly, as I was only doing what I was told to come here and do, and so why don't we just, you know, kinda just forget about what happened here before and just move on, you know, maybe just become friends? With Vegeta having to look up and then responding, him again? But why would he be back so soon after having to take what he was sent here to collect like this? No, there has to be something more to this demon that he simply isn't telling them up there. Well now, is that so, demon? Tell me something, Beerus then went on to question. Do you take me for some kind of a fool here? Because if you truly think that I care about any sort of false apology of yours and for me to think that you only came back onto my world just for that, then you are gravely mistaken, creature. And to think that I would allow for you to just sneak your way back up here was a mistake, Beerus continues. But now that you're here, I can only go as far as to assure you one very important thing, and that is that this time around, you will not be so lucky to escape this world as you were shown having to be so lucky to do before, demon. But then, it was only out of sheer fear itself as Demon Haas attempted to fly on down and creating a portal to escape was when Haas then went on to quickly shout, no, the hell with all of you! You will never force me to talk, so goodbye! But then, it was only just just within the nick of time as Vegeta was able to stop Haas from flying through the portal and kicking him in the face was when Vegeta then went on to quickly respond, "As if you truly think that we are going to allow for you to slip past us and escape once again is ridiculous, Demon. And so for the time being, you aren't going anywhere, and so you might as well better start getting comfortable fast, because we aren't letting you out of our sights again." To which, as everyone was then shown having to look down, was when Goku then went on to chime in, "Man, it's like these guys just don't know when to admit that they've gone and went too far, you know? Because now that he's all alone down there with no other demons to save him, this isn't going to be good." As Whis went on to then respond, "Well, as it shouldn't, since they are all the main reasons as to why all of this has been happening, and so it is only right that he remains here for the time being until we can get him to speak on the matter." As Beerus went on to then respond, "Well, for what it's worth, he's not going anywhere, because I'm going to make sure that he suffers greatly for trespassing onto my domain." As with the demon now having to be left completely defenseless and also now being outnumbered and having to face off against Beerus, Whis, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, was when Beerus went on to then touch back down by then responding, "So, you returned to spy on my planet after everything you've done to cause the mess that you did here on my world now, did you? And as I have tolerated far too many intrusions into Universe 7 as of late, and here you are slithering back like the foul creature that you are, and honestly truly thinking that we weren't going to catch you," Beerus continues. "Well, would you go and look at that now, you disgusting little worm? Tell me, did you really think that hiding within the shadows was going to keep you safe long enough for us not to grab hold of you? For you would have been mistaken, as you must have some kind of a death wish for coming back here to spy on my planet after everything you've caused and all the chaos you've helped spread throughout my universe. And yet even now you still dare to return, for I'll be the first to go and tell you that this isn't bravery, Demon, but more or less rather for you, it's death," Beerus continues. "For spying on my world was not just foolish, but it was a declaration of war against me, and so now tell me, why exactly are you crawling around within my universe?" Beerus questions. "And what exactly did you go and do with my blood samples that you have collected? For I want to know every secret that you carry and every scrap of information that you have. Or, you miserable little creature, I will go on to rip your very essence apart until there is nothing left that remains of you but dust within the wind, Demon. And so now start talking, or I am going to vaporize you until there is nothing left." As a frightened Demon Haas then went on to quickly respond, Wait, okay, I'll talk, because since I already have nothing more that's left for me to lose here against you, then I guess I am hereby left with no other choice but to then tell you, but I will go as far as to say that no matter what you try and do, and no matter what you try and convince yourself with, once this is all said and done, you are all doomed once the Dark Masters are able to finally have their way with your blood destroyer. Because while you may assume that you and your kind are irreplaceable by design, wait until you get a look at what our top scientists have been engineering by using your DNA. And so for me, well, I'm just the lookout, Haas continues, the watchful eye, if you will. And so because I am, I will be the least of your worries, God of Destruction. But I will say that if you think that it'll stop with me, then you are sadly mistaken, Haas says. And that is because, let's just say, if you do go and take my life as a result, there will always be another that will go and take my place as being the watchful eye of the Demon Realm Destroyer. And so now you can just go ahead and do to me as you'd like, but sooner or later the same will be done unto you once Lord Raijin and the Dark Masters come bursting through your front door, God of Destruction. And so no matter what you go and try and threaten me with, you will. I've heard all that I needed to hear out of you, Beerus went on to then suddenly interrupt. For if that is all that you have to offer me while your life dangles on the line here in front of me, Demon, enough is enough, Beerus continues. And since you have lived far longer than you should have been allowed to go and live, this is where you will go and meet the end of your line, Demon. But then, it was suddenly from out of nowhere as Demon Haas then began to glow, with even Haas himself not knowing as to what was going on, was when Haas then went on to quickly respond, What the? And just what is this? Wait. Oh no. this isn't coming from the Destroyer, but rather... No, please, Master, I beg of you, just please go and give me another chit. Hey, Gohan then went on to quickly chime in. Is he supposed to be glowing like that, or... Wait a minute now, Beerus went on to then quickly respond, and just what exactly is this creature up to? Why is he suddenly starting to glow with this strange dark energy around him? But then, it was only just upon with Beerus now beginning to ponder on this question, with the Demon Haas's body being shown having to get tugged towards an incoming portal, was when the Demon God Raijin then went on to chime in.
That's enough, for you have gone as far as you possibly could go, and yet even your best has proven to have been a mistake, and a mistake that will cost you dearly, Demon, for what an utterly pathetic and useless creature you are to have been captured the way that you have, as I will hereby ensure that you are dealt with once we have returned back into the demon realm, and I'll go and make sure of that personally. But for the time being, you are to wait for my return and stay out of my way.
And the others cannot believe it, because with Gohan, Beerus, and Goku now left baffled at seeing Raijin now for the very first time, was when Beerus then went on to chime back in. Wait a minute now, and just what gives here? What is this? And what exactly is that which is starting to manifest on the other side here? Is that another demon? No, this appears to be something more, with Gohan responding, whoa, and just who the heck is that? And that energy, look, I think he's starting to peer through now, as Whis went on to then touch down by then chiming in. Listen to me very carefully. For the time being, I want you to go and hold your ground and do not engage, Lord Beerus. For if this is whom I think that it is, then I want you to cease any attacks for as long as you can, as Raijin then went on to peer through by then responding, so I see that you have grown quite frail since the last time I had gone as far as to watch you gods of destruction come into your positions of power, and ever since, the tales of your destruction don't appear to have done you any justice, Beerus. For not only have you become a mockery of what a true god is supposed to represent, but for you to also house mortal warriors on your planet like this was but all another reason as to why that fallen angel Murno should have destroyed you all when he had the chance, Raijin says. And as that angel should have went and set aside his pride and finished what he had went and started, but no matter, because of all the universes that I've been told about, your universe appears to be the most troublesome of the 12, and so now I can't help but wonder, after finally having to meet you, on whether or not it is your incompetence or is it your arrogance that allows for such weakness to flourish within such a universe as this one, as Goku then went on to quickly chime in. That energy, but of course, for it has to be him. That's the one. That's the Dark Lord of the Underworld that I had overheard the Dark Masters in wanting to go and set free, Lord Beerus. For I can now remember on sensing this exact power when I was held captive within the Demon Realm, and so I know that's Lord Raijin. Wait a minute now, so this was the power that you had been sensing while down there now, is it? So this is the god of the Demon Realm then? Well, so be it. As Raijin went on to then continue, then to think that a god of destruction would go and stoop so low as to fraternize with mere mortals disgusts me. You and your kind, you so-called deities, have become soft, complacent, and tainted by the influence of those who you are meant to tower above. For do you believe that their lives gives you purpose, God of Destruction? Raijin questions. Or have you already forgotten what it means to wield true divine authority since I've been away? And as that rotten angel Murno was right to have wanted to wipe you all out when he saw the opportunity in doing so, but it's just too bad that just like you, he simply wasn't strong enough to see through with his mission until the very end of his miserable and pathetic erasure. But unlike him, I, on the other hand, will not falter, for my mission isn't to destroy you all, because why waste all of this valuable life when I can enslave you rather than simply eliminate you, Raijin says. For I do not fear you creatures, even yourself, God of Destruction, and so don't go and assume that I would, because maybe if it were not for your association with such life forms, then maybe you would have still been able to command a little bit of respect around here, even as I stand before your presence. As Beerus went on to then respond, you know, I find your arrival onto my planet to be quite the impressive one, because even while it's only been just a few minutes since you've been standing there and running your mouth towards me, have I only grown to now despise you ever so much. But here, Beerus continues upon being shown sticking his arm out, let me go and give you a little friendly reminder on just how soft and complacent we deities can really be, since it only now appears as though that you may have seemed to have forgotten, demon. And so now do yourself a favor while you're here and just hold still and stay right where you are and allow for me to go and leave you speechless, Beerus says. To which it was only seconds later within that very moment as Beerus had went as far as to let out multiple energy blasts at Raijin was when, surprisingly enough, Raijin went on to freeze each and every single one of Beerus's blasts by then responding, fine then, if you insist, then I shall remain where I am, but tell me, this certainly wasn't the kind of speechless that you had originally intended on leaving me now, was it? With a surprised Beerus then going off by responding, wait, say what now? But how did he just go and stop them in their place like that without having to even go as far as to move a muscle? Did anyone else go and see him move? Because I certainly didn't, with Ultra Instinct Goku responding, no, but what does it look like that he is about to go and do? As Raijin went on to then stick his arm out by then responding, just because I may appear to look old does not mean that I still haven't retained the vast amount of knowledge that I have accumulated throughout my time as the god of the underworld. For even though I have yet to fully cross over into your realm while remaining where I currently am, Raijin continues, does not mean that I still cannot go and use my magic to my advantage here against you if I need to. And so if you confuse my appearance in assuming that I am indeed no match for either of you, Raijin went on to then snap his fingers upon now being shown blowing away all of Beerus's blasts, then you are all gravely mistaken if you think that I would fold under such circumstances and conditions. With Beast Gohan then quickly asking, oh, and so how's about it then? Should we go and blast him out of that wormhole or what, Dad? With Goku responding, right then, and so now let's go and show him otherwise then, Gohan, so on your move. To which as Gohan and Goku were then shown having to attempt to blast Raijin, was when Raijin had then gone as far as to reposition his arm upwards and redirecting their attacks by then responding, such feeble attempts of daring to try and attack me as a collective will only go as far as to ensure one thing when this is all over, and that one thing that I will go as far as to guarantee is your complete and absolute obliteration from the face of existence without possibly having to return. Oh, just great, Gohan says. Well, brace yourselves, everyone, because it looks like it's making its way right back towards us. But then, it was only from out of nowhere with Whis now shown using his staff and having to smack away Goku and Gohan's collective attacks away from everyone was when Whis went on to then respond, that's far enough, demon, for I will not allow for you to go and turn this planet into your own personal sandbox of destruction while I'm here, as Raijin went on to then respond, but of course, and then there's you, Angel Whis of the 7th, and just what exactly do you think gives you the right to intervene, Raijin questions, because if memory serves me to be correct here from what I can remember about you rotten creatures, then you are forbidden to engage with me in battle here lest you warrant your own destruction by the hands of your own father, isn't that right? But since that no longer appears to be the case, what exactly has changed, Angel? With Whis responding, I find it quite interesting that you stand there within the shadows of the demon realm and seeking answers about my actions and how they reflect onto our angelic code, but you should go as far as to know that the boundaries which you presume to understand have shifted since Murno's clash here against the multiverse, Whis says, and if you honestly truly think that I will just stand idly by, constrained by the angelic code which we follow while the multiverse teeters on the edge of calamity, then I must say that you are sorely mistaken, demon. You angels are always so composed and always so certain of the boundaries you've crafted in this little multiversal playground that you protect, Raijin says. How cheeky of you, but hear me now, Angel, for the day will come where I will gladly go on to accept your challenge when I step through and taste these changed waters that you proudly claim.
My Raider
but
match,
that
and then I'm
day
gonna go
will
outside
not
with
be today, for you see, unlike you, who is bound by duty and reaction to follow, I, on the other hand, am already several moves ahead, for there is an artifact that calls for me in the meantime, which coincidentally is a power that both you and your precious order have yet to fully grasp, and once I am able to find all of these pieces which I seek, only then will I therefore go and come for you and your brethrens, for there will be no world and no void in which you will travel and hide in that I will be able to find you all, once my mission is hereby finally complete, Raijin continues, and so in the meantime, I will be seeing you all very, very soon. This, mighty angel, I promise you, to which as Raijin was then shown vanishing back within the demon realm was when Beast Gohan then went on to chime back in. Wait, and so what are we all just doing standing around for? Let's go after him before he is able to escape, especially if he's the main guy that's causing all of this, with Whis interrupting. No, you will remain where you are, for entering into the demon realm without the aid of the Grand Minister would be a death sentence for you mortals, and especially with the demon realm itself having to give them a home field advantage, it would be wise for us not to go in there alone to face such creatures unless we absolutely have no choice. And so Lord Beerus, please listen to me while I understand your frustrations towards briefly dealing with this demon god, and I only hereby ask of you to please reserve yourself, for there is nothing that we can do for the time being, as Gohan and Goku went on to power down with Gohan responding, so that's the god of the underworld that you said these Dark Masters were hoping to set free, now was it, Dad? With Goku chiming in, yeah, that's right, he's definitely the one, and now that he's free, this doesn't look like it's going to be an easy battle here to wage against these demons either, with Vegeta having to then respond, damn that bastard, this feels like Murno all over again, especially now that this so-called demon god is back on the loose, because it's clear now that he's up to something, and we have no other choice but to find out as to what that is, with Whis having to then respond, well, now that we are all made very well aware of what exactly is going on around here, I will need for you all to go and keep a very watchful eye while I go and try my best to further better our situation elsewhere, with Beerus questioning, then just what exactly will you be doing in the meantime, because I know that you're up to something, and so what is your move going to be here, Whis? With Whis responding, well, in the meantime, I will go and try to gather together my brothers and sisters in hoping of coming up with a solution and further having to get through to the Omni King while we still can, and while I understand that this will not be easy even for us without the Omni Kings and the Grand Minister at our side, Whis continues, there is no telling on what those creatures will go and continue to do if we allow for their actions to go and continue to go unchecked, for within our code it is said that if an angel or a god of destruction were to go and enter into a ruling domain housed by another deity first, then we are to be destroyed, Whis says, which is why if anything were to happen, we must try to go and get Raijin to cross over into our domain first in order for its deities to be given the right to fight without restriction, just as the case was when Murno had went and arrived when he did, and so I suggest for you all to go and watch your approach while I'm away, but even if you do happen to find yourselves locked within a battle, then do make sure to watch your surroundings at all times, with Beerus being shown turning towards Vegeta and responding, you hear that, Saiyan? This now means that we are all on our own until the Omni Kings and Grand Minister are to join us unless we get the job done ourselves, and unlike how it was before, I don't intend on allowing for those little worms to escape me if they are to return onto my world ever again, you hear me? With Whis having to then respond, and do also bear in mind that we cannot afford to risk having to lose anyone here either, in case a battle were to go and break out, Whis says, so while both Goku and Vegeta remain as two of our leading forces.
I'm gonna go eat my food, and I'll be back in like half an hour, or an hour or so. So make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you in an hour. Thank you for watching. Peace.